Was that a massive turnaround though?
The trust in your feel.
So very difficult to find the short stuff.
So this is...
He's the best ever is the kind of praise Tommy Fleetwood does not hand out easily, especially in a sport where respect has to be earned under pressure. People talk about what Tommy has not won. They count the near misses, they bring up the major finishes where he came so close but could not get over the line, and yes, those moments are real. The pain of losing a playoff, the sting of finishing second when the whole world is watching, those things leave a mark. But if you only look at Tommy Fleetwood through that lens, you're missing the real story. The real story is about who he is when he is not the one holding the trophy. And if you enjoy stories about players who carry real respect for the game, use the hype feature and give this video some hype right now. Fleetwood's list of admired golfers says a lot about what he values most, and it is worth celebrating. Tommy Fleetwood has won on some of the biggest stages in the world. He earned a silver medal at the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. He has been one of Europe's most trusted Ryder Cup players for years. He ranks among the best ball strikers in the history of the modern game. But what makes him stand out even more than his results is how he sees the people around him. Modern professional golf can feel like a cold place. There is pressure at every turn. There is money at stake on every shot. Tours compete against each other. Players travel the world alone, grinding in silence, chasing the same dream. In that kind of environment, it is rare to find someone who genuinely studies and honors the strengths of others. Fleetwood does that. He is serious about winning. He works incredibly hard, but he also pays deep attention to what his fellow players do well. He learns from them. He respects them. That quality sets him apart. It makes him what some people call a competitive diplomat. He can fight hard to beat you on Sunday afternoon and still walk off the course with total admiration for what you bring to the game. That is not common. That is something special. So today we look at the 6 golfers Tommy Fleetwood respects most. These are not random picks. Each name connects to a real moment, a real lesson, or a real bond that shaped how Fleetwood sees the game. And as we go through the list, you will start to see that these 6 names are not just about other golfers. They are a mirror of everything Tommy Fleetwood values in himself. The first name on the list is Rory McIlroy, and this one should not surprise anyone. Tommy Fleetwood has been clear that Rory is the best of their generation. Not just because of the trophies, not just because of the major wins, but because of what it takes to do what Rory does year after year. Rory McIlroy drives the golf ball with a power and precision that very few players have ever matched. He does not just hit it far. He hits it far, and he hits it where he wants it to go, round after round, on the biggest stages in the world. Fleetwood has pointed out that people often fail to understand how hard it is to perform under that level of global attention for over a decade. Rory carries a weight that most players never have to carry. He is expected to win every week. He is watched and analyzed and questioned every time he finishes second, and he keeps coming back. Ryder Cup fans will remember the partnership between Rory and Tommy at Marco Simone in 2023. The pairing became known as Fleetwood Mac, and it worked because both players pushed each other. They shared something real on that course. But beyond team matches, McIlroy has been a quiet support system for Fleetwood in harder moments. When Tommy has come close at major championships and walked away without the win, Rory has been the kind of voice in the locker room that helps put it in perspective. He has shared a philosophy that Fleetwood has now taken as his own. A bad result does not define your worth. The next tee time is a new chance. Fleetwood has carried that message into every tournament since. It is easy to say you will bounce back. It is much harder to actually do it. McIlroy showed Fleetwood that the bounce back is not just possible. It is the only response that makes sense for someone who truly loves the game. And Fleetwood loves the game as deeply as anyone alive. The second name is Francesco Molinari. And if you were watching golf in 2018, you already know why. That year, at the Ryder Cup in Paris, something remarkable happened. Tommy Fleetwood and Francesco Molinari were paired together for the team matches. They were given the nickname Mollywood, and together they went undefeated. 4 matches, 4 points, not a single loss. They were the most dominant partnership in modern Ryder Cup history for Europe. What Fleetwood learned from playing alongside Molinari is hard to put into words, but it comes down to this. Francesco Molinari is the most controlled golfer Tommy has ever shared a course with. He does not get rattled by crowds. He does not flinch under pressure. He hits his wedges with a precision that looks almost robotic, and he never panics. During those 4 matches in Paris, Fleetwood watched Molinari take some of the loudest, most intense moments in team golf and quiet them completely with one clean iron shot. Molinari proved to Fleetwood that you do not have to be the most exciting player on the course to be the most effective. Discipline beats drama every time. That lesson stuck with Tommy. And even as Molinari stepped back from the biggest events in later years, the respect Fleetwood has for him has never faded. The third name is Tiger Woods. And this one needs no introduction. Tiger Woods is the reason millions of people started watching golf. He is the reason prize money exploded. He is the reason the physical standards for professional golfers changed completely. He won 15 major championships. He chased down records that people thought could never be touched. And he did it with a level of competitive intensity that was unlike anything the sport had ever seen. Tommy Fleetwood grew up during the Tiger era. Like every young golfer of his generation, he watched Tiger and understood that the ceiling of what golf could be had just been raised. But what Fleetwood respects about Woods goes deeper than the records. He has played alongside Tiger in major championships and in practice rounds, and he has spoken about the unique feeling it creates. The atmosphere around Tiger on a golf course is different. It tests your focus in ways that other pairings simply do not. Every shot matters more. Every moment feels bigger. And Fleetwood has used those experiences to understand what it means to compete at the very highest level. On a technical level, Fleetwood has spent a great deal of time studying Tiger's iron play. The ability to control the height of the ball, to shape shots under wind, to apply spin exactly when it is needed. These are skills Fleetwood has actively worked to develop in his own game. Tiger is one of his primary reference points for trajectory control and wind management. And the respect goes both ways. Tiger Woods has publicly praised Fleetwood's ball striking, specifically noting the low and penetrating flight that Tommy uses so well on links courses. When the greatest player in history tells you that you hit it well, that means something. It confirmed for Fleetwood that his methods were right. It gave him real confidence. There is something about the Tiger era that never fully leaves a player who lived through it. Those years raised the standard of everything. Fitness, focus, practice habits, preparation. Fleetwood absorbed all of that, and Tiger's influence shows in everything he does on a golf course. The fourth name is Justin Rose, and for anyone who follows English golf closely, this bond makes perfect sense. Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood share roots. They both came up through English golf. They both became major contenders and Olympic medalists. Rose won a gold medal at the 2016 Rio Games. Fleetwood won silver in Paris in 2024. Their paths have run parallel in many ways, but Rose is the one walking slightly ahead, showing what the road ahead looks like. Fleetwood respects Rose more than almost anyone for one specific reason: longevity. Justin Rose has stayed at the top of professional golf for an extraordinary length of time. He has taken care of his body, he has adapted his swing. He has worked on every part of his game with a discipline that most players cannot match. As Rose moved into his mid-40s and kept competing at a high level, Fleetwood paid close attention. He watched how Rose managed his schedule, how he maintained his fitness, how he made smart decisions about where and when to compete. Rose is not just a friend to Fleetwood, he is a blueprint. He is the living proof that great golf does not have to end in your 30s. The friendship showed itself clearly at the 2025 Tour Championship at East Lake. When Fleetwood had a strong performance at that event, Rose was one of the first people to offer warm and personal congratulations. No agenda, no politics, just one friend being happy for another. That is the kind of relationship Fleetwood has built with Justin Rose, and it is a relationship that has made both of them better. The fifth name is Shane Lowry, and this one is a little different from the others. Because the respect Fleetwood has for Lowry is not just about swing mechanics or tournament results, it is about something more human. Shane Lowry is the emotional heart of European golf. He wears everything on his sleeve. When he is happy, you see it. When he is hurting, you see that too. He is honest and loud and real in a sport that sometimes rewards being quiet and guarded. Tommy and Shane spend a lot of time together in practice rounds. Those sessions are competitive, but they are also full of laughter. Lowry brings a kind of joy to the game that Fleetwood genuinely treasures. In the middle of a long, pressurized tour season, that matters. Having someone who can make you smile between shots, who keeps the game from feeling like a burden, is a gift. Lowry provides that for Fleetwood. But it is not all warmth and humor. Fleetwood also has deep technical admiration for Lowry's short game. The touch that Lowry has around the greens, his feel on chips and pitches, his ability to get the ball close from difficult lies. These are skills that Fleetwood has praised directly and openly. And in Ryder Cup environments, Lowry's passion raises the energy of the entire European team. He pulls people together, he makes the team feel like something worth being part of. Fleetwood does not only respect players who do things perfectly, he respects players who do things with truth and heart. Shane Lowry does both. The sixth name is Scottie Scheffler, and right now, Scheffler is the most dominant ball striker in professional golf. He has climbed to the top of the world rankings and stayed there. He has won multiple major championships, and he has done it all with a swing that breaks most of the rules people think you have to follow. Fleetwood was one of the first players on tour to really study what Scheffler does with his feet and lower body. The way Scheffler moves through the ball is unusual, it defies conventional teaching, but it creates a consistency in his club face control that almost no one else in the world can match. When the ball does exactly what you need it to do, round after round, week after week, that is not luck. That is mastery. Tommy and Scottie have worked together on equipment testing for TaylorMade. That shared experience has given Fleetwood a close look at how Scheffler thinks about ball flight and contact. What Fleetwood has found is someone who understands the game at a very deep level. Someone who can feel tiny differences in how the club moves and use that information to shape better shots. But what Fleetwood respects just as much is Scheffler's mindset. Despite everything he has achieved, Scheffler stays humble. He does not talk about himself as something special. He talks about the work. He keeps his identity separate from his results. Fleetwood has called that the ideal mental state for a professional golfer. Because when your sense of who you are does not depend on a scoreboard, you can compete without fear. Now step back and look at all six names together. Rory McIlroy shows power and leadership. Francesco Molinari shows calm and precision. Tiger Woods shows greatness and control. Justin Rose shows longevity and professionalism. Shane Lowry shows heart and friendship. Scottie Scheffler shows modern consistency and humility. Every single name on that list connects to a value Tommy Fleetwood lives by. That is not a coincidence, that is who he is. Fleetwood's own philosophy can be summed up in three ideas. The first is dignity in defeat. He believes that who you are when you lose tells the world more about you than who you are when you win. After he lost a playoff to Nick Taylor at the 2023 Canadian Open, he walked straight over and congratulated Taylor with sincerity and warmth. No anger, no excuses, just class. Junior golf academies around the world use that moment to teach young players what sportsmanship looks like. The second idea is that life is bigger than golf. In 2024, Tommy Fleetwood put down his own clubs for a day and picked up a caddy bag instead. He caddied for his stepson Oscar Craig at a Challenge Tour event. He chose to be a father that day instead of a professional golfer. That choice says everything about his priorities. The people he loves come first, always. The third idea is respect for the history of the game. Fleetwood grew up near Southport in the north of England, close to some of the most historic links courses in the world. That background gave him a deep love for what golf is and where it comes from. He treats the game with care. He treats the people around it, the fans, the volunteers, the officials, with genuine respect. That is not a performance. That is simply how he was raised and how he has chosen to live. And what makes all of this even more powerful is that Tommy has built these bonds without losing himself. He has not changed who he is to earn admiration. He has simply been himself, fully and honestly, and found that the people he respects most are the ones who do exactly the same thing. When you are honest about what you value and you live those values every single day, you attract relationships that make you better. Tommy Fleetwood has done that his entire career. Tommy Fleetwood's list of respected golfers is really a map of his own values. He admires Rory because he knows how hard it is to carry pressure for a decade and still show up. He admires Molinari because he knows how hard it is to stay calm when the whole world is watching. He admires Tiger because he knows what it means to redefine what is possible. He admires Rose because he knows that longevity is the hardest achievement in sport. He admires Lowry because he knows that joy and truth are not weaknesses. They are strengths. And he admires Scheffler because he knows that staying grounded when you're at the top is the hardest thing of all. You can tell a great deal about a person by looking at who they choose to respect. And when you look at the six names Tommy Fleetwood holds in the highest regard, what you see is a man who understands greatness from the inside. He knows what it costs, he knows what it demands, and he honors it. That is exactly why Tommy Fleetwood, despite every near miss and every close call, remains one of the most respected players of his entire generation, not just for what he has done, but for who he is.